Welcome to Superchat. Whether we're working on our first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you have come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Joe Mouse Creations, and this is somebody who does live auctions. A lot of us have seen these kinds of things. We have plenty of friends in the Superchat family doing this, and new platforms are coming out like Whatnot now, which is getting very popular for live auctions. People have been doing this on YouTube for years, and basically what happens is you have a StreamYard panel or a host with a lot of different items that get presented. You can bid on those items during the live stream. So they've been at this a long time. I've caught them many times. They've got some shorts with a little bit of variety here that have just started, likely going to feature some of the items that they've either received or will have for sale, and then their videos are much of the same. And they've been a friend of ours a long time, of course. Now, I'm not sure if it's quite a year. 366 subscribers. We would like to push them a little bit farther towards the 400 that they're thinking about. And I feature a different channel at the beginning of Superchat every day now so that everybody can meet generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters even when we're not live streaming, and we push those thumbnails and links out over our social networks as well. Chef Mama Bliss, thank you so much. She's dropping a super chat. She's also literally been a member since almost the beginning of Superchat. We've been here for almost 5 years now. And we always put Superchatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, so we'll get her channel ready to go soon. And thank you, because I noticed you've been making frequent appearances again. And yes, from Georgia. I have family in Georgia. Hopefully I plan to get down there. I'd love to do it this year. We'll see. Lots of introductions today. Scratch and PPA, of course, and Michael's Adventures early in the door. Also Canadian Family Life. I'm unsure about a couple of our other moderators. I know Stock Explorer and Just Jason Keto and more were here earlier. We always put members and moderators onto our wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. My Flock is Everywhere has been with us a couple of years. They're on there now. Cruz Boleros being added. And you do not have to super chat or be a member to get onto the wheel or the screen, but we give those creators, let's say, a head start, and then I will add names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. We expect to be here for 3 hours, lots of time to feature lots of channels. And as long as everybody's doing what they need in the chat, meeting new friends, that's really what we're here for. And thank you, My Flock is Everywhere, also for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Always unnecessary, absolutely appreciated, of course. And then let's do some more introductions. Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network. That is a creator. Now, every time that they're here, I mention the idea that that is a channel where you can see the evolution. They've been with us for years as well. It's got to be at least 3 years by now. Could be longer. And you can see the difference in the first live streams that creator was doing to what they're doing now, because they put on a really good show. Of course, they're talking fantasy football more than anything else. Lacey's Backyard Blessings, good to see you in the house. Forgive me for not being certain if you might have been here once before, but for anybody that's brand new, hopefully you're having a good time meeting new friends already. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Butler Family Farm's been added to the wheel, along with Consume the Goodness and Crafting Enthusiast as a member. They've just been here, I think, one time so far, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but I was just in their live stream an hour ago and actually made 2 friends while I was there as a minimum. And, you know, it goes to show most of the creators here, if not all, in the Tuber Chat family will also allow and encourage people to connect in either the same way or a similar way to what we do here. Mel Runs Things is also a member. I've got them on the wheel. And thank yous, Lacey's Backyard Blessings. It's good to have you in the house. Dare to Search, good to have you here. So Terry's a longtime friend now. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. We usually don't stream on Friday nights like this. I'm in the Eastern time zone, so it's Friday night for me. But we like to move these streams around. DJ is in the house. Moonboots165. I feel like I recognize that channel as well, but could be mistaken. So hopefully you're feeling welcome either way. New Horizons Above and Beyond is with us every day. Rebel Canners is a longtime friend, somebody who I've been on a panel with. And they've probably been with us a couple years. There's a Stock Explorer. Nora's still in the house. We'll see if Jason's still here. And then let's get to our next channel. Chef Mama Bliss dropped a super chat. We're going to look at My Flock is Everywhere right after that. And then we will soon get to spinning our wheel as we do. I want to mention, actually I should wait for Jason because he asked a question the other day and I just looked up the answer to it a moment ago. So this is really interesting. I keep forgetting over all this time that Chef Mama Bliss has a second channel. And it's probably been so long I've looked at it. I used to, in the first year of Tuber Chat, not put the notification bells on for every channel, but at some point we started doing that. Now I do it for every channel and have been for years. But A Pinch of Bliss TV is a second channel from this over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I'm just going to grab one of their videos and put it into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Playlist could be a great tool for that. They got lots of information on their about section about exactly what they're doing on the channel. Of course, that's Chef Mama Bliss, who's also an educator. Shorts on the channel seem to have already done well. 1,800, 3,100 on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So even up to a month ago, they've been doing these. I hope I can catch you for one of these. I think that's Brittany. And then when we look at Chef Mama Bliss's original channel, we're going to get another look at the creator. We actually see this channel all the time here in Tuber Chat. They're working on 600 subscribers on this channel now, and I'll talk about their content in a second. I just want to catch up with the chat a little bit. Stitching It Up, Capturing Country Life is here. The Stock Explorers gifting a membership, so we're going to put their channel up on the screen right away after My Flock is Everywhere, because we always put Super Chatters membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Home Bartending with John is in the house. I'll get them on the wheel. They've been a silver member for as long as I can remember. And if DJ is still in the house, they just picked up a gifted membership. I'll put them on the wheel right away. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising is another dynamic creator who happens to be a member here, so we'll line them up. Matthew's Bushcraft is in the house from the Big Family Expedition, pardon me. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat, as long as everybody's still as long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Michael's Adventures has got a premiere right after Tuber Chat. We'll likely go and raid that. That'll give everybody an extra hour to connect with more friends, the same way we're doing here. Gloria's Platter is another dear longtime friend from the beginning of Tuber Chat. She's been with us for over 4.5 years now as well. Lacey's Backyard Blessings, thank you so much for the super chat. It's their first time here, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Like I keep saying, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get around to spinning the wheel soon enough, I'm sure. And I will get your channel ready to go right after the Stock Explorer. And we'll talk about Chef Mama Bliss's content in a second here. You heard me mention the idea that this creator is not only a chef, and the CEO of the company, or sorry, CFO of the Pinch of Bliss Catering that we just saw, but also Bliss Academy and Bliss Catering Academy, where they're going to share their knowledge, obviously, and teach others, which is great to know and hear. When we look at their videos, you see some delicious looking content here, obviously, and then we get into shorts, and you see even more with a little bit of variety mixed in. And then when we get into live streams, they've just done one as an experiment in Atlanta, and we'll see if they're going to do any more. We've got notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa coming in with another super chat, as they've done countless times before. So thank you for that extra generous support. And they're talking about, is it time for a Tim Hortons? Yes, it absolutely will be. So I will make sure that I get that done. And they're, of course, referring to Canada's most famous coffee and donut franchise. I think of it similarly to Dunkin' Donuts for our American friends. And then Lacey's Backyard Blessings is just mentioning they just renamed their channel, but they're starting to grow. And you'll meet lots of friends and family members here, obviously from all over the world, like we all have on our channels, but of all different types and niches and genres and all the kinds of content you could possibly imagine and much more. And then thank you again, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. I'm going to put your channel up shortly. Red Hot Reactions is Steve from the UK, doing a lot of video gameplay. Good to see you in the house. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. There's Just Jason, Keto, and more. So forgive me. I know we're in the middle of looking at channels. My Flock is Everywhere has been a member for 2 years now. And I'm going to talk about their content in a moment. Another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, of course. Just Jason, Keto, and more asked the other day if we can make a 3-minute short on the app on the phone. I haven't been making shorts myself very much lately. And I'm usually on a computer when I do anything at all. But I looked right before I started this stream today, and yes, you can. When you use the YouTube app on your phone to make a short video, you have the option in the top right corner to press a button that's going to give you either 15 seconds, I think it is, or 60 seconds, or 3 minutes. So it automatically defaults to one of those, and then you just tap it. Which is really cool, but I wanted to make sure I covered that. Jason, Just Jason, Keto, and more, and Consume the Goodness, who are both here with us, did a special collaboration this week that I think is the beginning of a series. And then Lacey's Backyard Blessings. So cameras, to be honest with you, we can all use whatever we've got in our pockets. Every person here, no matter what kind of a phone you're using, has a better camera than the professional cameras that were out 10 years ago, barely before I started on YouTube, for instance. So some of my videos are filmed with an iPhone 4S, if you can imagine that. So yes, 12 iPhones ago. And that thing is, those videos, some of them have tens of thousands of views. Geek Culture 101 is in the house. The idea is truly it's the content. You know, we'd all love our production to be better and our videos to be better, and hopefully we can improve over time. But people come to YouTube for the realism of YouTube, right? If they want television and movies, they'll go to television and movies, but they come here and are happy to see authenticity a lot of the time. Foodie's Vacation, good to see you in the house. Geek Culture 101 is on the wheel. We are starting to really move here, so thank you, everyone. Butler Family Farm, I hope I said hello. That's everybody's BFF, of course. I've got them on the wheel. I think we're ready to move on to this channel. I don't think I forgot anything. If anybody needs me to elaborate on any of the ideas that I raced through, just please let me know. and I'll be happy to do that. My Flock is Everywhere is a creator that I noticed supporting a lot of others when they first came into the Tuber Chat family just over 2 years ago. So they're working on 1,300 subscribers right now, and I have known them to support a lot of channels that focus on the unexplained. So it doesn't have to be UFOs. It doesn't have to be like flat Earth and stuff like that. There's a lot of conspiracies and, you know, different thoughts out there, and I don't mean to call them that. You know what I mean. People call them that. I'm just reiterating. But anything that's truly unexplained or questionable. Now, My Flock is Everywhere expands their content on their channel. I'm going to take their latest video, put that into my catch-up list right now. That's that playlist I said I used to keep caught up with creators. I see they got some shorts now that have really started to move. One at 13,000, one at 15,000. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they host StreamYard panels, and they've got a lot of interesting friends, of course. It's been a little while since I've caught you, almost a couple of weeks, but I've got the new live stream that you've got coming up in a couple of days. I got the notification on for that. We always set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel, and that's just to make sure we catch as much as we can from each other. And then Peace and Cues, good to see you in the house. Anfield Road Layout in the Loft is back in the house as well. Thank you both for coming in. And My Flock is Everywhere. Thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that countless times. The Stock Explorers coming up, they gifted a membership as well. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Nora, the Stock Explorer, is another friend who's been with us basically from the beginning, about 4.5 years. And she started by talking about the stock market with a little bit of crypto. Of course, the crypto's increased, but she's also got a lot of variety on the channel. Very forthcoming about her own investment plays. And it's interesting to go back and see some of the predictions about some of the stocks that are out there. There's a bit of variety on the channel as well. And more recently, in the last couple of years, Nora has added a lot of lottery ticket scratching onto the channel. And that's a huge category and genre. And she brings a lot of fun because she's got a series here called Scratching with Strangers, where she literally meets people for the first time and scratches lottery tickets with them while they tell stories and introduce themselves to us. There are shorts on the channel that feature more pure variety, and these have gotten now into 2,800, 4,200, and one with 13,000 that we know is still getting views. And then a lot of live streams on the channel as well. So there's a lot of variety here. Nora could be talking about stocks and crypto, could be just hanging out, giving us a chance to talk and get to know her, could be unboxing or doing some Happy Meal in a video or a live stream rather, or lottery ticket scratch battling with other creators. And these can be very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. And then sometimes she does StreamYard panels. I've joined her on her channel before. When we get to the front page, we see that she's got a second channel as well. This is called Tropical Buzz. And this channel features plant life, the idea of teaching us about a lot that is already there and a lot that she grows herself. She recently put out a couple of videos over the last few weeks and is working on 300 subscribers right now. So we'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. There's some shorts. This channel's very razor sharp focused with a niche and a genre, but hopefully everybody will connect with Nora on both of these channels. So that's the Stock Explorer and Tropical Buzz. And Six Bows is back. I see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And thank you, Gloria's Platter. She is a dear longtime friend. Her channel's doing great. I think she's got 7,000 subscribers or something like that now. It's been a little while since I've looked. I think I looked at it last week or the week before. Lacey's Backyard Blessings is a brand new channel. We'll have a look at what they've got going on. Thank you again, Tropical Bless, for that gifted membership. This creator dropped a super chat, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen. As soon as those things happen, we'll get to spinning the wheel soon. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Sometimes when creators have emojis in the beginning of their name, they're tough to find for a second, but as soon as we take them out, they usually come up right away. Now, Lacey's Backyard Blessings is brand new, and they recently renamed the channel, but they've already got 155 subscribers, which is great to see. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, so I'm going to take your longest video here and put that in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list, I'll watch your video in full, I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video, I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will put your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Turns out that Lacey's Backyard Blessings is not a brand new channel, just brand new to us. They've been doing this for at least a year. And then Geek Culture 101 is asking, does everybody script their content or go unscripted? Actually, I'm going to help you out with that, and let's ask everyone, do you script your videos? I'll say content. We'll see what everybody has to say. Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa dropped a super chat. Geek Culture 101 will come up next for exactly the same reason. And like I keep saying, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And I see that Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is gifting a membership. They've done that many times before. We will look at their channel next, and it'll be time to spin the wheel soon. Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa is one of our longest standing members. They have been with us for years. I think it's over 3 years by now, but it's got to be close. When we look at what they're doing on their channel, so Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa have some really vibrant live streams. And they're on, I think, weekly as a minimum, if I'm not mistaken. I caught them last week. They got one coming up tomorrow, so we can look forward to that. Sometimes they're on the road. Most often they're giving us a chance to get to know them. They do a lot of giveaways on their channel, and they have got a very fast paced, very high energy live chat that accompanies everything that they do. They head out to a lot of really popular meetups as well. There could be up to 80 channels worth of creators and supporters at some of these things. And then Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa is pushing the channel. So they're working on 29,000 subscribers right now, which is great to see. When we look at their videos, I can see I'm behind. So I'm going to grab the latest one. Looks like a review, a product review video. They've done lots of these too. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. If you follow a few videos from Jesse and Lisa, you're going to see some real fun moments. I mean, it's nice that they're always like smiling, laughing, energetic, but they actually add a little bit of comedy into their videos as well, and I've enjoyed that. Shorts on their channel have gotten into 12,000, 13,000 views and beyond, and then live streams, like I said, are frequent, and these could be either on the road, at home, or even visiting other creators. And then when we look at the chat, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. And thank you again, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. They dropped a super chat. They've done that countless times before. We're going to look at Tampa's Creek Homestead and More and Geek Culture in another moment. Mr. Smith, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Let me get them onto the wheel. They happen to be a member. They picked up one of those gifted memberships. I'll get their channel ready to go when it's time to look at them. I think they're new here. Not brand new to Tuber Chat, but I think it'll be the first time we're looking at the channel. And then when we look at the idea of scripting our videos, myself personally, I came from radio and music and stuff like that, so I didn't really script. Although sometimes I will print a script, or more like what they teach us in high school is like when we're doing speeches and things. You either write out a script, and now you can use ChatGPT to help you with that, or some of the other systems, or write out the bullet points and just have those in front of you. So when you're ready to film, even if you're live streaming, you can talk as if it's more natural, because it really is, but you're still making sure you don't miss anything. So the second best thing to a script, I would say. And then me personally, that's how I do it. But I have written scripts. I probably always go off scripts if that's what I'm doing. Let's see what everybody had to say. So most people do not script their content, but you can, and like I said, now things are easier than ever with not just ChatGPT, but the other AI chatbot systems. Like Claude and like Perplexity's getting really popular, and DeepSeek and Grok and everything else. There's a handful of these. What I recommend is to use them for inspiration, not necessarily copy and paste, although I have been known many times to copy and paste. But I use them for everything now, even sometimes comments, because I tend to, you can imagine if you're leaving 1,000 comments over the years on YouTube, you're probably saying a lot of the same thing over and over and over. Some people are really considerate. Scratch and PPA does a really good job. He literally sits there and writes out comments that are thoughtful. I tend to speed through in the spirit of honesty. But even the chatbots can even help with that. When you say, find me 5 different ways to say, hey, nice video, looking forward to the next one, and things like that. Pardon me just for 1 second here, and I'll be right back. And pardon me, I figured that was going to happen. We're going to look at Geek Culture 101. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Superchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And Alex and Alex Wandering, good to see you in the house. Princess 6 is here. Six Bows is back, still in the house. They've been with us from the beginning. They've been with us for 4.5 years or so. And I promise you, when I'm filming and things like that, I make as many mistakes as anybody. You hear it here in Superchat because obviously these are live streams. But even in my videos, there's so much cutting. There's so much say things 3 different ways and then pick one later kind of ideas and things like that. I explain to people who, let's say, are not on YouTube or don't have channels, when I talk to people offline and things like that, and I say, listen, the difference between live streaming and filming is that if I want to make a 2-hour live stream, it takes 2 hours and 15 minutes, right? A few minutes to set up, a couple minutes after you're done, that's it. If I want to make a 10-minute video, it takes like 4 hours because it's 2 hours of filming most times. That's the truth. And then 2 hours of editing, let's just say. And it doesn't always have to be quite that long, but that's probably my average. Brampton Gardner, another fellow Canadian, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then when we look at the chat, I see Jesse Journals and Unboxes is in the house as well. And hopefully I'm not missing anyone. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. So Geek Culture 101 also dropped a super chat there, and they've done that countless times before as well. So when we look at Geek Culture 101, we see all things pop culture and geek and everything else. I'm wondering if I could find a couple things. My family likes to have fun with me, so I've got a nice...
That's fake news.
If you want to call that pop culture, I've got a Dwight from The Office candle literally on my desk beside me here, and I usually have a few other things around. pop figures and things like that. Geek Culture 101 is going to talk about all these things and more. I see they got a brand new video, so I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. They got shorts on their channel as well. They're working on 900 subscribers right now. They're almost at 500 views on their shorts, which is great. Live streams feature a lot of video gameplay with a lot of popular titles. And then they've got a second channel. So if I go into their About section and click the link over here, we're going to find Martial Arts Reflections. Almost, if I type properly. And this is a second channel where this creator wants to bring us inspiration and motivation. So I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. You can see they're posting frequently, though, sometimes multiple times a day. And then they've got some shorts over here as well. Looks like they're using the Suno AI system that we're starting to hear a lot of music from. And then almost 500 subscribers, or pardon me, views on one of these shorts videos, and then almost 1,000 on another, which is great. And they're working on 200 subscribers on this channel. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I know Living Large with L Crew is in the house. Butler Family Farm has a lot going on the farm this week. They've had a lot going on for a while, actually. They got a lot of livestock. It's 116 acres over there, so there's a lot going on all the time. They do live streams on Mondays where we get a chance to get to know them, but they post videos throughout the week, usually more than once a week, so we can get some homesteading ideas or farming and almost ranching ideas from them. We'll look at their channel soon enough. Martial Arts Reflections and Geek Culture 101. Thank you again for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then Tampa's Creek Homestead and more came in and gifted a membership as well. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. But right now we're going to take a break and we're going to go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series. These are videos now on the Superchat channel. There's 4 episodes out so far. I got the next couple lined up to be filmed soon. And what these are is an interview style conversation where I ask the featured creators for their opinion without adding a lot of my own, because we hear from me every day and they don't all have the same thing to say about every single idea that we want to hear about, but they do know exactly what we need to hear because they've been friends of ours for years. They're still going through all of this, except that they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas the best personality, and we're gonna blow up overnight, and it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's gonna take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, you know?
Yes.
Be there for the ones that are coming back, and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, you know, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. And I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. You know, somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, we're still going to take our 3-minute break, but I noticed something in the chat from Geek Culture 101, and I just want to mention it because, you know, I don't want to make it sound like I think I know everything, but I have been on YouTube for a long, long time. I can tell you that every time I need to pump up YouTube a little bit, it comes down to commenting on other people's videos. Now, watching them so that you're leaving meaningful comments. You could tell even the difference when I do it, if I'm just passing by and, you know, nice new video, see you next week for another one again. Or if you're watching the video, and, you know, we all don't have time to watch every single video. Everybody understands that. But when you do, and you can really leave a meaningful comment, you go out and you leave much more than you expect, and you will find that everything on YouTube is going to start to go a little bit faster for you. So that was a good point to make. And let's go for 3.5 minutes. We'll be right back. Okay, we're almost back. And we're about to look at Tampa's Creek Homestead and More. They gifted a membership before we went on that break there. And we always put Superchatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. I do this every day now. I'm trying to find I give you true transparency. I'm trying to find the line between not soliciting for super chats and memberships and things like that, because I promise you they are unnecessary here. Appreciated when they do come, but you do not have to do that kind of thing to get onto the wheel or the screen. We got lots of time for lots of channels today. But I am going to show you again how to set the super chat goal. So it's interesting because we find that not everybody has this yet, but I thought everybody did. So what happens is you can set a goal for your channel if you want to try to entice more super chats, and you could do it tactfully. But my recommendation that I talk about all the time now is, if your channel typically doesn't yet get a lot of super chats, I would consider setting it to 1. Because you can see that you can pick different numbers here. Do you want 1? Do you want 5? Do you want 10? And what a goal is going to do is it's going to give you the opportunity to reward your viewers if you hit the super chat goal. So somebody might play a video or sing and dance or, do something else, and YouTube gives us some inspiration. You can decide whether you want it to be a super chat of a certain type. You can imagine as channels start to really get big into the hundreds of thousands and even millions of subscribers, they might be getting so many super chats that they lock this up and say only if it's yellow or higher, or only if it's orange or higher, and things like that. So I'm going to put mine to all the colors because we always do that. I don't want to pressure anybody. And then when we get into a time limit, you can set up to 3 hours. Since we're going to be here a little bit longer than 2 hours, I'll set it to 2 hours. There's plenty of time. And then you're supposed to say what you're going to do if you hit the goal. This is how you're going to celebrate, they say. And an animation comes on the chat and everything else. So that's kind of cool. And then I usually say something like, we'll do what we always do. So no fun at all. But hopefully everybody enjoys that. And then you set the goal, and there it is. It's going to be ready for us. And again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm soliciting that kind of thing, but I do set it every day. You'll also notice that I set it after the first half hour. So after we've done our first break, and that's another tactful idea as well, if you want to put it that way, or a strategy. And I'm sure everybody can understand the obvious benefits to that. So forgive me if I've missed anything that has gone on in the chat, because I've been talking. Yeah, the Stock Explorer. I should get some lottery tickets, and I'll say I'll split a lottery ticket with everybody and see if we can win $1 or $2, and we'll split that between 40 or 50 of us at a time. Let me clean up something in the chat here, and I often take names off of the wheel, and that's only if somebody's inactive. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for hours at a time whenever we stream. But as long as members or moderators are still active in the chat, or come back into the chat, I'll put them right back onto the wheel. So I'm just looking at this right now for a quick second, because a couple of people might have taken off. We'll put them right back on if they're here. And pardon me, I'm not as fast as I think I am today. Okay, everybody else is still here for sure. So again, for members and moderators, just be active here and there. I saw Legends Gaming 667 come in, and Trepids is here. Longtime friend. Don's channel is here. We got quite a few friends named Don, and maybe a couple with the name Don's channel. And then Henry Leslie Vermont is another very supportive creator. I run into them at least a couple times a week supporting other people. And then Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is a grandmother and granddaughter duo, and they are bringing us all sorts of variety. So when we look at their About section, we're going to see that they're going to talk to us about living a simple country life, the journey of becoming debt-free, becoming farm girls, and they bring us pure variety. So a lot of times they're giving us a chance to get to know them, or maybe even taking us outdoors for an adventure. When we look at their shorts videos, I always laugh at this because they've got an interesting thumbnail here on one of them. And some of these have done well, 5,000, 6,000 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, I'm just going to hit the notification for a few that they've got planned here, but it looks like they're going to do one today, so they'll be on right after Tuber Chat again. Michael's Adventures has a premiere. We're going to go and raid into that today. I always set my raids in advance if I can, and we like to mix those up and share the love, but we know that Tampa's Creek Homestead and more might be on after even Michael's Adventures premiere ends, so we'll keep that in mind. The Bud Files is here. I'm going to put them on the wheel. They're another friend of probably 4.5 years by now. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And thank you again, Tampa's Creek Homestead and more, for that gifted membership. They've done that many times before, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then Butler Family Farm, thank you so much. Yes, always fun. I'm sure Tuber Chat as a live stream is fun enough for everybody, but I tend not to be so fun. This is why when I make thumbnails and graphics and things like that, I always do things so colorful. And most people will notice if we have any kind of a conversation, or if I come into your channel, I'm doing things in the chat, I'm almost always using emojis, because I'm not the kind of person who would usually use emojis. I, tend to type like it's coming out of a textbook or something like that. So emojis give a chance for somebody like me to at least put on the facade of being more fun than they are. But I rely on some of our friends to come up with some of the fun things that we do here. And then, Butler Family Farm dropped a super chat. They've done that countless times before. I'm going to look at their channel right now. Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, by the way, a while ago, took over our stream boss position. I always miss that now. But under my camera, you can see the video game life meter there with Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa avatar. And the Stream Boss is a feature that's built into Streamlabs. You can use it with with OBS or Streamlabs Desktop and a few other things. Every Super Chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for a little while, and they've held that position several times before. So Butler Family Farm is up on the screen right now, and they are monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support them, including Super Chats and memberships. When we get there, they are aggressively growing. They want that play button. They're working towards their 100,000. They're almost at 60 by now. They've got 116 acres of homesteading and farming goodness on their channel. They take us around the whole farm. They show us all the different things they have to do to look after, to repair. They bring us into their home. They bring us into the shop, and they show us all the livestock, which includes cattle, geese, I'm sure they have geese occasionally, cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, as well as dogs, and bees on the farm for a couple of years now. I see they got a couple of videos that are brand new. I'm going to put one of these into my catch-up list. That is so that I can keep or get caught up with channels. It's just a fun name for a playlist. Somebody else named it, of course. And then these guys even actually make tools for some of the things that they need to do. They bring us into the kitchen. There's Jerry working in the shop, and of course a lot of outdoor content on the channel, as you'd expect. Shorts over here have gotten into 10,000, 12,000, one of them at 52,000 now, and then they've got live streams on the channel as well every Monday as a minimum. So they give us a chance to get to know them. Jerry and Susan are usually hanging out, letting us interact with them. But they also head out to a lot of meetups with other creators. So they do StreamYard panels where they introduce us to people on their channel in a StreamYard kind of setting. I've joined them a couple of times. But they also head out, sometimes to just meet up with a handful of people, and sometimes to meet up to 80 channels worth of creators and supporters. There's Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa right there. There's Jerry, of course, and they'll introduce us to all kinds of friends. So you will meet lots of very supportive creators when you're over there. Hopefully everybody will connect to everybody's BFF, Butler Family Farm. Again, that's Jerry and Susan. Over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. And I think we are ready to start spinning the wheel, so we'll get that done right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So, Tinkmaster Games is in the house. Ali Patches, good to see you here. And the amazing M&G is a longtime friend. Good to see you in the house. Canadian Family Life is up on the screen right now. This is Tiffany. This is a fellow Canadian from New Brunswick, and she brings us homesteading content on her channel. She's really expanded the content as well, a lot of variety. So there's food bank grocery hauls. A lot of cooking videos, including challenges between husband and wife here. Her husband, Chris, has got his own channel called Chris's Creation Fun as well. The family's always hopping in and out of the videos and live streams. They've got an impeccable container garden I talk about all the time. And then there could be Happy Meal videos, shout outs for other creators. They did they did an amazing job, is what I mean to say, for Vlogmas, where they really brought a lot of different types of content. There's a lot of cooking videos, ornament decorating, and a lot of family togetherness there. Then they get into shorts videos on the channel, and these, featuring a couple of outdoor shorts, have gotten into 2,800 and 5,600 views. And then, thank you, Butler Family Farm. And then live streams on the channel as well have gotten into, they've got one coming up, so it's been a little while. Tiffany's usually on every month or two, so she's got one coming up on Monday, is that right? It's Friday today. No, sorry, that's Sunday. Sunday at 1 p.m. And pardon me for 1 second. I'm actually going to not disturb everybody else's Siri, but I'm going to set a reminder for myself. And then it didn't speak that time, but the notification is there. So whenever anybody has a special live stream, like I noticed this is a birthday celebration, but if you have a monetization celebration or an anniversary or any kind of a milestone especially, or any time at all, you can reach out to me on, I'm usually on Instagram all the time, and let me know, and I will do everything I can to be there. I try never to miss everybody's monetization celebrations, but for any special occasion, even if I'm busy, even if I'm out, I can usually get the phone and peek in, even if I only have to listen, you know, kind of thing, or if that's all I can do. So feel free, but occasionally for special occasions like this, I'll set reminders. Canadian Family Life, of course, is a member and a moderator here on the Tuber Chat channel. And sometimes Tiffany's just given a chance to get to know her and talk, but usually some of the families coming in and out of these live streams as well. With a birthday, I'm expecting that's what we'll see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Canadian Family Life. She's working on 12,000 right now. We'd love to push her a little bit closer to that milestone. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know Izzy Ska has come in, and thank you for keeping that membership going as well. And we'll spin the wheel. Butler Family Farm was reminding me to take them off the wheel, because I can't tell you how many times I leave people on the wheel after I'm supposed to take them off, and then we're behind by a channel. But Consume the Goodness is coming up as well, and we got an interesting story for this creator. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Little Lego, good to see you in the house. Alex is asking about a monetization celebration. So what that is, often when a channel is first monetized, the creator will set up a live stream, usually a couple of weeks later, and it's basically meant to be a celebration of the fact that they're monetized. It gives people to go in and start hitting them with super chats and memberships and things like that, because we all know what it's like to start a channel. You're literally doing everything for free, right? You do not make a penny in most cases until you get monetized. There are other things things you can do. You can do Amazon affiliate links. You can make t-shirts and other merchandise and, try to sell those things. And there's other ways to monetize as well. But for 99% of us, it's YouTube ad money and super chats and memberships and things like that. So we like to celebrate for each other, and even if you don't want to, push that kind of thing on people and say, hey guys, come and give me some super chats, because, almost nobody ever says that. It gives people who've enjoyed your content or your friendship or your channel or any other aspect of your YouTube journey a chance to celebrate for you and with you. So I recommend that everybody who, even thinks about it does a monetization celebration of some sort to give people the chance to celebrate for you in that way, because I promise you there are people out there who are going to be happier for your success and your channel than you even imagine they will be right now, if that makes any sense. Consume the Goodness is Kendra. Let's look at her content. She's got a special series now, I believe, and this is a challenge because her and Jason both said there's going to be another challenge coming up. So yeah, episode 1 on the thumbnail here. These creators, as a bit of a spoiler alert, they traded recipes. So Just Jason Keto and More sent Consume the Goodness a recipe. She did the same for him. And these creators both made videos based on that challenge. So it's a really cool thing. And both videos are different recipes as well for different things. So I hope everybody will check those out. Now, Consume the Goodness is going to talk about workouts, keto, carnivore, meal ideas, as well as skits and chats, a lot of spiritual inspiration and motivation on the channel as well. She's got a premiere coming up actually any second now, so we'll have fresh content to watch on the channel after Tuber Chat as well. She's got shorts on the channel, and a lot of these are first of all delicious looking food. That pizza one is worth watching. I've watched that one. And then she's got a couple into 33,000, 50,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. And she's on frequently, actually. She's usually on at least a couple times a month, sometimes with a guest, sometimes by herself. She's been featured on several other channels. She's pushing the channel hard as well. So she's working on 18,000 and, of course, monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get to her channel. I must have accidentally taken Just Jason Keto and More off of the wheel by accident. I must have accidentally deleted that, but it's okay. We'll look at that channel right now because I just talked about the collaboration that they've got there. And thank you, Canadian Family Life, for that highlighted milestone message. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know I've been I miss a lot while I'm talking about channels, especially here. And then if anybody needs me to elaborate on anything that I've mentioned, then please just say so in the chat. Myself or a moderator will catch it. Thank you, the amazing M&G. And then Just Jason Keto and More. So here's his answer to Kendra's challenge video from Consume the Goodness that we just saw, and you can see these are different recipes, right? Jason is known on his channel for doing tons of recipes. We're literally getting into hundreds now, and all of his recipes feature the idea of simplicity. Literally easy to make, only a handful of ingredients, usually things we have around the house, which I love. And then he's got a lot of product reviews as well. What I mean by that is usually a lot of products that we'll find marked as keto friendly, because his channel features or is focused on a keto-based diet or lifestyle, obviously healthy eating and healthy living. He will also unbox and review other things. This is very relevant. He did a great job with this air fryer review the other day. He might be unboxing a GoPro. He might head out hundreds of miles away to bring us some more informative content from places like Keto Palooza, or just take us outdoors for a look around if he happens to go on some kind of a trip or vacation or something. He's got a lot of guests on his channel, and we'll talk about that in a second. Shorts here give us a hint about healthy looking grilling shorts, getting into 5,000, 6,000, and one even 22,000, and I've watched that one too. That one's entertaining. When we get into live streams, we see that Jason is live every week, 7:30 Eastern. He is sometimes by himself, but he sometimes has a guest to join him as well. Once in a while, he really mixes things up. There's Kendra again. This girl's Anita. He's got a special live stream here where he introduced us to some of his homesteading friends. He's got cook-along live streams with a multicam setup. And he really tries to think about how to bring new content to the audience. He's got a vibrant community surrounding his live streams as well, so they help out when we have questions and comments, regardless of the topic, even though he's usually talking about healthy eating and healthy living. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto and more. He also is a beloved and dedicated moderator and member. He's literally been with us for years, working on now 5,500 subscribers. He's expecting to do a 5,000 subscriber celebration, I think, this Thursday. He's gonna be closer to 6,000 by the time he does it, actually, because his channel's growing rapidly. He had a video really take off the other day, and forgive me because I probably haven't forgotten to mention this a couple of times, but you see how like most of his videos are getting into like, you know, well over 100 views, sometimes hundreds of views, but all of a sudden he had one get 23,000 views. That's not a short, that's a video. And right after that happened, some of the videos surrounding it started to also get 1,000 or 2,000 views. Another one here at 10,000 the other day, and that leads to a heavy jump in subscribers as well, as you can imagine. I bring it every day. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Roadhog is here. Good to see you. I feel like I missed another channel. I don't mean to miss anybody coming in. Cricket Brandon, good to see you in the... Oh, sorry. Pardon me. Cricket Braden. And then please let me know if I'm mispronouncing that, but I think it's Cricket Braden. Good to see you here. And for anybody that's brand new, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We've got lots of friends for you to meet. I'm going to spin the wheel now, and we'll get another channel ready to go. And hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto and more, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Itchin' to Scratch UK is here. Good to see you in the house. Scratchin' PPA is up on the screen right now. This is another beloved and dedicated moderator. Literally one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my almost 8 years on YouTube now. What Scratchin' PPA does on his channel is he pits two lottery tickets against each other and gives an interesting twist to lottery ticket scratching, because he gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video. So it sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. And if you can imagine, he updates his banner every single week because of that opportunity for us to vote, not to mention giveaways on his channel, which you can see in the thumbnails. There's a hint there, but he updates his banner every week, so we can follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook and vote on those videos, the Scratch Challenge series. He's also got a bright, beautiful avatar. The thumbnails, of course, match and are very colorful, and then his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production over 4 years ago, which means he's got presentation on the forefront of his mind. Now, Scratchin' PPA premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. He's been doing this for over 4 years with perfect consistency. If you can catch us for one of his premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. Faster than what we've got here, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. And then Scratchin' PPA also is monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. He's working on 2,400 subscribers right now. And then shorts on his channel feature a variety of Italian lottery tickets and a look around Italy, because he took a vacation there last year and he brought us a lot of vlogging style shorts videos. Pardon me, I'm coughing for no reason now. Then when we look at live streams, we see that he brought us his very first live stream from Italy as well during that vacation. I know a lot of people will be excited to know that Scratch and Pete PA has expanded the content on his channel, and he usually sets up his premieres a few days in advance. So at some point tomorrow, we'll expect his next premiere to be ready to go. You can set the notification for it, and we'll catch it on Tuesday together. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. It's time to spin the wheel again, so we'll get that done. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then we're about to look at home bartending with John. And we'll see what they've got going on. Patty's Kitchen, Garden, and More. Good to see you in the house. She's changed her name a couple of times over the years. But a long time friend, obviously. Home Bartending with John brings us 2 different one-of-a-kind channels. Pardon me just for 1 second. I'll be right back. When we look at Home Bartending with John, we see that this creator is going to teach us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. And what they do is bring us different varieties in the recipes that they bring to us. So sometimes you hear that there's 2 or 3 different ways to make a drink, or maybe even more. The idea of shaken, not stirred is a popular term, obviously from James Bond. When Home Bartending with John does those recipes, he also takes requests on his channel after you've been there for a little while, and he's done 2 for me already, at least. Pardon me, for which I'm grateful. Oh, that's pardon me, Little Lego. The names like Izzy Ska is a very short name, right? So I'm sure that's just a text thing that YouTube is doing. Yeah, see, or the wheel is doing. So you see when I change the number of spaces, it all of a sudden changes. That's all that is. But Izzy Scott can be nice and huge in the wheel. Dark Swordsman Gaming from the UK, good to see you in the house. And then Alex and Alex is partially monetized for now. But and I haven't heard of a channel yet that's gotten, like, part of the way there, but hasn't got all the way there. Everybody who wants to be monetized here can certainly get there. Just takes a little bit of time. And then, yeah, so Roadhog says YouTube keeps playing with the numbers and taking a few away when they get to 900. They will, at some point, that settles. What I have found over my own YouTube journey, both with TuberChat and other channels, is that they tend to grow, even slowly, sometimes faster than others. Then it plateaus for a while, and it just feels like you're not getting anywhere. And all of a sudden, it just jumps back up again. Like, still slowly, but, all of a sudden you get like 10 or 20 subscribers, let's say, in a few days. And you're like, wow, I couldn't get anywhere, and now it's moving again. So I'm sure a lot of people will agree, maybe not everybody, but we just keep pushing forward anyway. Home Bartending with John on the screen is going to show us what it takes to keep a bar like this replenished, even though we don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what he's got here. He does a lot of product reviews. He reviews a lot of beers, liquors, liqueurs, compares them to decide which ones we might like the best. And, pardon me, he will give us collections of cocktails, like low-calorie cocktails or non-alcoholic mocktails and things like this. And then he's got some shorts videos as well on the channel. These have now gotten into 1,600, 2,700. One that's still moving at 9,100 views. And he's done live streams in the past and been featured on many other channels and StreamYard panels and things like that. And we will keep an eye on his channel. We put notification bells on for everyone, just in case he brings more live streams. We have the best chance of catching them. And then Dark Swordsman Gaming is coming up next because they dropped a super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. But we're also going to look at Home Bartending with John's second one-of-a-kind channel, which is called The Pipe Guy. And I'm just going to put the link in the chat here. Home Bartending with John has been a silver member here for as long as I can remember. And what that means is that we see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, whether or not he's here, even though he's here almost every day. And then, yeah, Home Bartending with John. Whenever I've taken an extended break, what I try to do is plan a few videos, but then even if I have to delay the slightest bit longer, I don't mind, because then I want to hammer consistency afterwards, right? So if I can plan 3 or 4 videos, but I can't get all 4 finished right away, I'll skip a week and put them to, almost 2 or 3 weeks later to get them rolling. You can always speed things up, but it's unfortunate when we have to take a break, and you don't want to lose the momentum again after. It takes a little while to get the momentum back, even though it does come back. Adventure America, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Alex and Alex, we love beer. I don't mind a little bit of beer too. My liver guy says don't ever drink beer again for me, but I don't mind a little bit here and there. And then Home Bartending with John has a second channel. The Pipe Guy is going to bring us industrial pipe lamps, industrial pipe art, and he's got a Star Wars themed video to get the channel started with. He's got 63 subscribers right now. We'd love to push him a little bit farther towards his first 100. Of course, he is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And when we look at Dark Swordsman Gaming, we see somebody who's bringing us gameplay, and they're doing something really interesting on their channel. You notice that they've got different colored frames around their thumbnails based on the different games that they're playing. And this works similarly to what we try to do with playlists, where if somebody went to the front page of the channel, they could easily find videos that they will like without digging through titles and things like that, which is kind of a cool concept. They've been doing this for a while now. They play a lot of popular video games. They're onto a Tomb Raider streak right now, but they've introduced us to games as well, or at least me. So they got some Final Fantasy here. I know Stardew Valley was the one that I found on this channel before anything and learned a little bit about. I think it's the most successful independent game of all time, but I might be wrong about that statistic. Either way, notable. And then Dark Swordsman Gaming's done 1 short so far. We'll see if they'll bring some more, and lots of live streams as well, and I've caught them for live streams before as well. It's been a month, so hopefully I'll catch you for one again soon. 216 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 300 we know that they're thinking about. Dark Swordsman Gaming we put up on the screen right away because they dropped a super chat, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. We're ready to spin the wheel again. So thank you, Dark Swordsman Gaming, for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. They've done it countless times before. Lisa's Adventures in Cruising is coming up next, but what we're going to do right now is take a break again for 3.5 minutes, and right before that I'm going to play another clip from our interview series. Again, these are videos on the Tuber Chat channel now. There's 4 episodes that have been filmed. There's a couple more episodes ready to be filmed. And these creators bring us a lot of information because I really tried not to interfere. I let them talk and bring us their concepts more than anything else. They know exactly what we need to hear. They have been with us for years, all of them, and they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. We use the term family a lot. I noticed you all doing it when I was just starting out. And then, over the years, of course, you use that because it truly feels like that, especially when, you haven't been on for a while. somebody comes looking for you and notices, that's a good feeling, and we try to do that for other people as well. But these are just examples of how this starts to feel like a family. And you hear me say often, I know Sylvia feels the same way, that we give much more to others than we expect to receive, knowing that we're going to get everything that we want. I mean, Sylvia, when I was first connected to you, and I can't remember now, I don't remember if it was 4 years or 5 years, but it's somewhere around there. And she was obviously already at it. But thinking back to how you must have felt, I don't know how soon you thought you were going to get over 10,000 and now towards 14,000 subscribers, but it must be a great feeling to see it continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed. I feel blessed. I just feel motivated. I feel uplifted. And I'm happy that I can connect with so many amazing supporters. The people who come in, they come in and they stick and they stay. Yes, not all, almost 14,000 people come over, but I have repeat offenders. And what I mean by repeat offenders,
of course,
I'll see you in my comments on Monday. I'll see you in my comments on Wednesday. See you in my comments on Friday. So you always coming back and you're supporting me. And one thing that I do on my channel, and I think this is a big change in with having so many supporters, when people leave a comment on any video, be it a short, be it a video, be it a live, I'm gonna respond back to you to acknowledge you for coming in, thanking you for coming in. And then I go to your channel and I watch something for you. In order to get support on these YouTube streets, you got to give support. You have to give it. Sure. It's $3.99 to go over there and watch a video with somebody and make a comment. You don't know how much you may change their life. You know?
All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Elisa's Adventures in Cruising. I took a couple more names off the wheel. It looks like we're going to get to a lot more channels that we don't get to see every day. So we've got lots of time. We're still going to be here for another hour and a half. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. I added New Horizons Above and Beyond. I know they've been active in the chat, and I'll add some more names very soon. And then Crafting Enthusiast is talking about swapping playlists in the chat. That's something we talk about frequently, and it's a simple arrangement that can be made by anybody at all. And it just involves agreeing to run an entire playlist of somebody else's videos, and they're going to run an entire playlist of your videos. You can imagine, by getting a lot of different people, hopefully dozens and maybe even someday hundreds of people to run an entire playlist for you, your watch hours are going to really start to grow. But there's a lot of other benefit as well. When somebody runs your playlist, they're running every video from beginning to end. That can help your retention on your channel as well. It's an easy arrangement to make because you're only obligated to run the playlist, not necessarily sit and watch every single video. Some creators have playlists that go on beyond 24 hours, let's say, right? And so you could do it when you work, when you sleep, when you eat, when you go out on another device or in another window on a computer. Makes it really, really easy, and it's a benefit to monetize channels as well. The biggest reason why I push it so much is because when you build friendships with another creator or with other creators by trading favors, you will find yourself being favored by them, and you will probably find yourself favoring them as well. And the idea is they'll be there for most of what you're going to come out with in the future. They care about your success, so your watch hours are going to start to grow exponentially. So we know it's a great benefit. And then thank you, Anfield Road Layout in the Loft. And I saw Cooking with Miss Brown come in. She's been a long-time dear friend as well. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She is going to bring us a lot of cruising content, literally from ships often. I'm just going to grab her latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list here. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And then when we look at what Elisa's Adventures in Cruising is bringing us, it literally is a lot of cruising. She's been able to go on lots and lots of cruises. But sometimes she does StreamYard panels as well and talks to other creators. We see some familiar faces there. Sea Leg Journeys and Controversial Cruising on screen with her there. Sometimes she's just giving us a chance to hang out or bring in a little bit of variety on the channel. She could be indoors or outdoors. And then Shorts over here have now gotten into 2,600, 2,800 views. A lot of these feature other creators, so it's great to see her collaborating. It's a great way to grow your channel. When we look at live streams, she's got another couple that are going to be coming up, one on Sunday and then one on Monday by the look of it. And Lisa's Adventures in Cruising could be giving us a chance to get to know her, like I said, or she could be out on the water. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. I'm working on 1,300 subscribers and obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. There was a couple of years there where we weren't able to see a lot of travel-based content. CNS Travel's coming in right now. And a couple of years ago, we started to have this influx of cruising and travel channels. So, you know, it's a huge category and genre on YouTube in general, but we've got a big group here in the Tuberchat family as well now bringing us travel content, which is great to see. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And New Horizons Above and Beyond is just asking, you're looking to get the channel up and going, should you put the Gmail where it's saying switch account? So YouTube gives you a chance, and pardon me if I can show you this for a quick second here. Actually, I'll show you on Crafting Enthusiast channel. When you go on the About section, which you can edit from the YouTube Studio, sometimes there's a button here that says view email address if somebody puts their email address there. Now you got to decide what the right thing is for you and for your channel, because anytime you put your email address on the internet without spelling mistakes, you are going to get some spam. So if you're okay with that, you know how to deal with it, then that's fine. By not having your email address available, sponsors won't be able to find you if you want to do sponsored videos. So there's a real back and forth kind of decision to be made. Do you want the sponsors to contact you? Because you can't do that without getting spam. The way to get around that is if you wanted to put your email address on your about section without putting it in the YouTube system as a button for people to click on, which tries to hide it, but I don't believe it hides it. You can put your email address with a space before the @ symbol. And most people, especially sponsors and stuff, they email people all the time. They're going to know to remove the spaces. Most of us understand that. So that's an idea. The other thing too, Little Lego has a good idea. And if you have a dedicated email address for people to contact you from your YouTube channel, that can help also, because we could do an unlimited amount of Gmail addresses and Outlook addresses and other free emails and things like that. So that's a great idea. The biggest recommendation I can give to everybody right now, because we've been talking a lot about security and like hacks and losing channels and stuff, is that you don't want the email address that you log into your YouTube channel to be the same one that you contact people with. Because when hackers and trolls and other things come after, YouTube channels, they're going to look for the first email they can find. They're not expecting you to have more than one, and they'll probably move on. But that's just an idea. And there you go. Yeah, Just Jason Keto and More says you can set a separate email for your YouTube channel for people to contact you, and then you can even forward it. If you know how to use folders and a little bit of sorting in your email program, whatever you use, you'll be able to sift through those things. But those are recommendations. Crafting Enthusiast is somebody who's fairly new to Superchat. I actually just caught them for a live stream today, and I made a couple of friends over there. They sent them over a couple of diamond painting channels. So it looks like they're doing StreamYard panels with some friends joining them. Today I caught them. Oh, I thought it was by themselves, but I forgot. Yes, you did have a friend on the stream with you today. And then Shorts over there. These I'm not familiar with yet, but they're already getting towards 100 views, which is great to see. Looks like more crafting supplies. And then when we get into videos, I'm just getting to know the channel. So I think what I'm going to do is take a different kind of video, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. That's a lengthy video, but it'll be good for watch hours. But it looks like diamond painting there. And then working on 700 subscribers, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Crafting Enthusiast. Not only are they're brand new in Superchat, but they've also been engaging in the chat. And that's one of the things that can really help anybody, is engaging true conversation in different people's premieres and live streams. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. We're going to look at New Horizons Above and Beyond. Mel Runs Things is still on the wheel. Super Rainbow Queen is in the house. Super Rainbow Queen, I forget if we talked about it already or not, but I think the last time I came into your live stream, I couldn't chat. And there's a lot of that going on. I think we were talking about it in Crafting Enthusiast channel today. I forget which live stream we were talking about it in, but a lot of times you go into a chat, you can't be seen. It's been happening in Superchat to people all the time as well. The worst part is that that if somebody tries to chat, they think that they're blocked, right? Even though they're not blocked. So my recommendation is, if you hear somebody saying, hey, I'm trying to chat, I can't get in, or if they talk to you on Instagram or Facebook or something, then the first remedy is to reset the device, whether it's a computer or a tablet or a phone. It shouldn't have to, we shouldn't have to do that, but sometimes it works. If not, you can put creators into the into the approved users section of your YouTube channel. That usually works, and that's where you add moderators and you actually ban people and stuff like that. You can put it in that section. If that doesn't work, then a lot of people choose to add people as moderators and things, but you have to take that under consideration as well. Greenland Quilter Katie, good to see you in the house. and get them onto the wheel right away. They happen to be a member. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. New Horizons Above and Beyond has changed up their channel a couple of times, but they give us information on their About section to let us know what they're going to be doing. They have a couple of new videos. I'll take the longer of the two, and I'll put this into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. When we look through their content, there's a lot of outdoor content here, but once in a while they'll take us either shopping or for another type of adventure. They've got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 1,600, 1,900 views and beyond, and then they've experimented with live streams. Just one so far, but we'll see if they're going to continue those. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
When we look at CNS Travel, we see that they've got a couple of new videos over the last week as well. One yesterday. I'm just going to put this one into my catch-up list again. I know I talk about it with almost every channel. They got 143 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 200 that they're thinking about, and they're going to let us know that they're going to bring us the magic of cruising, but they actually do different travel as well. So they'll talk about cruise tips, tours, destination guides, travel hacks, so that when we're going to travel, we can avoid some of the mistakes people might make. And you get an idea of some of the different things that they're bringing to us when I roll over the videos here, including tours and events and amenities and things like that. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 871 views on this one, 1,700 on another one from St. Martin, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. So they've done a couple of these up to a year ago. We'll see if they're going to bring those back. We got notification bells on for every single channel. And we'd love to push these creators towards the 200 they're thinking of. CNS Travel, obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters, and they've been with us for at least a year. But I think it might even be much longer by now. I'm not sure if it's 2 years yet. Mr. Smith is coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
It's almost time for me to add some more names onto the wheel, so I'll do that in a second. Mr. Smith is up on the screen right now, and I think this is the first time we're looking at this channel, so I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is dig through their videos here. We want to make sure we're watching videos that are at least 3 minutes long from beginning to end. And I see they got a couple of 5-minute ones here by the look of it. I'm not sure if they've got anything longer than that, but they got quite a few videos here. I'm going to take this 5-minute video, it looks like a music video, and I'm going to put that into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I will go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well so they don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. They're going to be live actually in another half hour, so 20 minutes or something like that. So we know there'll be more fresh content after Tuber Chat today. Together we travel. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So we're going to get a better look at this channel a little bit later on, because Michael's Adventures has a premiere that's going to come up right after Tuber Chat to give us an extra hour to connect with creators the same way we do here. All of our moderators allow that. Most of the people here in the Tuber Chat family will encourage everybody to meet new friends while they do their live streams or premieres and run them and everything else. Now, Michael's Adventures is going to bring us wildlife and nature literally daily, sometimes more than once a day. And this creator now has thousands of videos, over 4,000 in total on his channel, and that's just videos and shorts. I'm setting notifications for everything I see here. We do that on every channel, as well as having the notification bell on, of course. It just gives us the best chance of catching each other's content. Then if we scroll down a couple of months, we're going to find that Michael's Adventures was playing a slot game on a tablet or a phone. He's done that many times before. And if we dig through his content a little bit further, you're going to find that once in a while he'll take us for a walk around or even a drive along type of video, where he usually has stories to be told and gives us a look around his area. When we go through this creator shorts videos, we find some more outdoor content and a little bit of lottery ticket scratching and some more slot gameplay. Up to 6,300 views on one of these, which is great, and hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures. Every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine, but they're all dear friends of each other as well. They all have different channels and they all do different things, but one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. So another beloved and dedicated moderator and member is coming up. I Am Betty J Gathers will be the next channel that we look at. I'm going to get them ready to go right now. Go for another break now for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series again, and these are videos on the Tuber Chat channel listed in a playlist and as a podcast, and all of the creators who are featured are longtime friends of ours here in the Tuber Chat family. These interviews, I like to call them, turn into friendly conversations, because I really just tried to ask them their opinion about a lot of the different things that we need to hear, because they've been with us for years. They're going through all of this. The only thing is that they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is, how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow, if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, I don't know, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100, because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Midjourney. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right.
Yeah. And now you have a fresh palette. all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea. So much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Tuber Chat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. Mm-hmm. And then you see at a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member, $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this.
All right, we're just about back. Greenland Quilter Katie saying their number has stalled. Forgive me, I think it was Roadhog who said that they got stuck at around 900. It feels like that sometimes. YouTube plays games with our numbers and takes subscribers all the time. And what I mentioned earlier, what I have found on both my channels and others that I've run, is that you often grow and then it feels like a plateau for a little while. Could be even be a week, might even be longer, but all of a sudden things move again. And it just seems to be that way. So as long as we keep at it, it'll move. And then, yeah, so Just Jason Keto and More says his channel didn't start moving until last year. And what I find is that when we can be consistent, making at least a video a week, a lot of people are live streaming and this and that. Pardon me, eventually YouTube comes along with a little bit of luck or whatever we want to call it. And a couple of our videos start to really fly and then carry the channel. I've seen it on every channel that I've run. So I Am Betty J Gathers is up on the screen right now. We're moving better than we usually do today. This is an uncommon time for us to stream, so not quite as overwhelmingly busy as we usually are, which means we're going to get to more channels from the chat today. So I just added Jesse Journals and Unboxes as well as the Amazing M&G. If Alex and Alex is still listening or watching, I can put you on the wheel if you're still here. Just let me know. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, I add names to the wheel from our chat list. It's always based on how engaged you are in conversation. And I Am Betty J Gathers is up on the screen right now. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator and member. This creator is talking about living her best life over 60, but all of her content can relate to just about everybody. She talks about healthy eating, healthy living. She often talks about intermittent fasting. She does a lot of vlogging to give us a look into her life, into her home. She takes us outdoors on the road. And I Am Betty J Gathers is always smiling, always laughing. You can see a truly dynamic creator. And then when we look at shorts on the channel, a lot of her short videos feature simply the creator. And these have gotten into 10,000 views, many of them. She's also got a couple at 13,000, one at 15,000 with a little bit of variety. And she's been posting shorts. She did a year straight, 365 shorts. She continues some shorts now and will likely be bringing new videos out soon, probably live streaming soon. She did a series. She was challenged by Crystal Sparkle over the Christmas season to do 12 interviews, which she did. I was honored to have been a part of that. We talk about YouTube, we talk about moderators, we talk about our friendship. So if anybody wanted to go back and listen to that for an hour and a half, that was a fun conversation, because I Am Betty J Gathers has been with us for 4.5 years now, so somebody I've had the pleasure of getting to know. She's working on 2,800 subscribers. Of course, she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then New Horizons Above and Beyond has a video that's moving, which is great. And that's a good idea too. Yes, Just Jason Keto and More mentions the idea of doing evergreen content. So a very simple idea for evergreen content is a recipe. It's never going to change. You know what I mean? People will do a million variations, but for people who look up recipes on YouTube, they are probably, in almost every case, the kind of people who like looking for new recipes, even though they've made some of the same things 100 times. There's a million ways to make an apple pie, but people who've made 100 of them will still look for another way to do it, right? And if you're similar to myself at all, when you look on YouTube for videos, particularly for how to get something done, like a tutorial, you probably watch 3 of them. I watch 3 videos from other creators for everything I'm going to review or unbox to see what one creator might have missed, one creator might have said something that I might have missed, and things like that. And when I look to have something done or learn how to do something, I always watch more than one video, usually 3, because I want to see a few different takes on it. So these are ideas. Evergreen content will help that, because when people are looking for things that they are going to be looking for far into the future, they want to see. Some people might go back. If you go, happen to go to a theme park like Disney or anything like that, any of these travel videos, people will want to look back for nostalgia and see what was it like 10 years ago. I don't know if this is true, but I heard a statistic the other day that says that the videos that get the most views on YouTube right now are videos that are 10 years old. And, most of the videos that I have that are getting 1,000 views a month and things like that are all videos that were done 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or somewhere between here and then. So these are just ideas. Native Wildman, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Let me get you onto the wheel. And that's without putting a lot of thought into it. But recipes, reviews, how-to videos, yes, how to change a light bulb, how to, change a tire on your car, all these things that people are forever going to be looking for, right? And you never know. If your video is going to be the one that somebody sees first, you could be somebody's favorite creator, and they will choose you over a channel that's got millions of subscribers, or over a video that's got millions of views. A lot of people come to YouTube and look specifically for... Actually, I just had all but an argument with a friend of mine the other day. He doesn't do YouTube, but he watches YouTube. So, of course, he was telling me how I should be doing it. But one of the things that he was saying is he doesn't necessarily trust YouTubers that are doing paid promotions because they might not be giving an honest review. And the argument that I gave back was, yeah, I've done at least 10 product reviews, maybe 20, but I haven't had a problem with any of the products, so I've got nothing negative to say. It's not like I got some product that fell apart and I had to tell everybody, hey, hopefully yours doesn't fall apart, but mine did. I've just been lucky that everything I've reviewed so far has worked. And, that's just an idea. But you understand the validity. So some people might choose videos that only have 1,000 views or 100 views instead of videos that have hundreds of thousands of views, because they're like, this is not a real review, this is just entertainment. I follow a crypto channel, and the girl, is it Crypto Casey, I think it is? And actually, I don't follow her. But I've seen her videos many times. And she literally said at one point, she goes, I'm not a crypto expert, I'm an entertainer. But her channel is about crypto. She talks about crypto. She's an authority in crypto. She's collaborated with huge companies over crypto and things like that. But a lot of times it really is entertainment. So that's just an idea. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. That's I Am Betty J Gathers, a beloved and dedicated moderator, a dear friend. I hope everybody will connect with her. Of course, she's monetized. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Greenland Quilter Katie has got a bit of variety on her channel. So we talk about the idea of quilting, of course, and she's got a lot of videos and podcasts and live streams where they talk about this as well. But sometimes she does extra content, like going shopping over the Christmas holidays, a little bit of different content. When she first started coming into the Superchat family, I found these videos. You can see part of me how many I've watched that are looks around Greenland, the glaciers, the icebergs, some mountain views on the water and things like that. And then as well, live streams on the channel, and these are frequent. So she's got a live stream coming up tomorrow. We can set the notification for that, even though we've got the notification bell on. I haven't caught her in a couple of weeks, but she's usually got StreamYard panels with other friends quilting and sewing and doing other things. Then shorts on the channel as well feature a bit of variety, more looks around Greenland, getting into 2,800 views and beyond. That's another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's here with us just about every stream lately. And they've got a birthday coming up. Canadian Family Life has a birthday on what I believe they said was the 9th, yes. And then Scratch and PPA has a birthday coming up just over a week from now on the 16th of March. So everybody can get their triggers ready and fire that guy off some happy birthday messages when it's time and as we get closer. Let me look at a calendar for a quick second here and see if... where's my I moved my calendar and now I can't find it. I can't figure out how to do my my calendar here. 16th, his birthday is going to be on a Sunday. Same actually. I should have known that as Canadian Family Life. So we'll be looking forward to that. I'm trying to do a new organization system. I explained to people, I was just explaining today to a few people that I have iPhone, and I always have had iPhone, or at least since the 4S. and I still don't use most of the features. But I also struggle, like a lot of people do, to stay organized because I keep too many lists of things in different areas. I've got better at keeping lists, but then I don't look at them, or I forget them, and I, this and that or whatever. How many times you go to the grocery store and forget to get the thing that you went there for because you bought all kinds of other stuff? And these are just examples, but I'm trying to use the iPhone with its calendar, with its reminders, with its notes, the way you're supposed to. And I'm struggling because I don't use it all the time. I haven't used the calendars ever before. What I do is I keep a notebook like what you see in front of me here, a basic $1 notebook from the dollar store, and I literally just write the date at the top and whatever comes to mind after. But I also find that then I've got a collection. Let me show you here. This is no joke. These are the past notebooks that I've had, but I keep them beside me because sometimes I'm like, oh, what did I write down? Where could it be? Was it last year or the year before? And I got to clean them up. So I want to do it on the phone now, so that they're on iCloud. They're always backed up and better organized and searchable, let's just say. So these are just ideas. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Mel Runs Things just dropped a super chat, so thank you for that extra generous support. I really do appreciate that. Absolutely unnecessary, of course, but very much appreciated. And we'll put your channel up on the screen right now because we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel, and I'm going to be adding names from our chat list very soon.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then pardon me just for 1 second. While I'm just scanning messages, making sure nobody's chasing me down here. Thank you, Cruz and Koozies. Hopefully we'll see you again very soon. We're moving faster than usual today, so we're likely going to get to more channels. We don't always get to everybody, but I have a feeling today we might be very close. So Mel Runs Things is a channel that's fairly new to Tuber Chat. I forget if this is their third or fourth time, something like this. It's a channel I'm still getting to know. They talk about lifestyle, family, cooking, fitness, running, and living over 50. And I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here. It's nice and lengthy. They'll get a full watch hour from me almost. I'll put that into my catch-up list. It'll give me a chance to see what they're going to do here. Looks like a little bit of variety on the channel. I see some almost cooking videos, but ASMR is the focus on that one. Sometimes the creator's going to give us stories to be told. That looks like a unboxing or review, and then some life experiences as well. I see in the titles there. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 2,200 views and beyond. And then live streams. So they did a live stream a couple of weeks ago. We'll see if they're going to bring those back or continue those. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content as possible from each other as well. So I don't know if you meant to do that, but Mel Runs Things actually with that super chat took over our stream boss position now. I mentioned it earlier when Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa had it. Every super chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of that stream boss, and the last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. So that will be Mel Runs Things for a little while. And then the Source, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And they're just coming in for a quick hello, but I do appreciate that. Any moment everybody can spend. Hope you give us a thumbs up, of course, too, right? But thank you for that, The Source. And Mel Runs Things is a channel I'm still getting to know. But they've been here, I think, every day since they found us. About I think it's a month. Maybe it's not quite a month yet, a few weeks. And then Cruz Bolero's coming up.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Jake Huston is in the house. That's the creator that created our theme song for Superchat. He's done dozens of those for lots of our friends. It was a nice surprise. And he continues that. We play his song at the end of every stream. And then Leonica's in the house. Hopefully I'm not missing anyone. Thank you, The Source. Oh, it is. It is already Mel Runs Things. Yes, I should have known by the color of your Maple Leaf badge there. It is actually longer than I thought already. I think Mel Runs Things has been here for almost every stream we've done over the last month, getting into 2 months now. So I certainly appreciate that. Oh, and then Greenland Quilter Katie. Yeah, I would recommend becoming friends with Jake Huston, because he's literally done tons of those things. And basically what he's doing, I think, is offering to do those for channels. I think he did it for dozens of channels just as a surprise with no expectation. And the idea is, you know, some people will, if they can, thank him for that kind of thing, drop a super chat or something here and there, help him monetize in that way. Because the AI systems that we create with cost money as well, right? Like I pay for ChatGPT that I use every day. If somebody was making as many songs as Jake Huston, I'd assume they're paying for Suno or whatever system as well. And but it's nice that you can share your creativity with other people and do things. There's a bit of a lesson in there as well, where you are able to either sell your services or trade favors with other creators if there are things about what we have to do as YouTubers that you enjoy. Not everybody enjoys making thumbnails and banners. Not everybody can make emojis and things. It's easy, but we have to learn. And if you don't really like graphics and, you know, art and design and stuff like that, or at least doing it, then you might be able to trade for some of the things you like to do, or pay somebody to have it done, or get paid to do it. And I do all of those things. And so there's a bit of a lesson in there, for instance, right? So you can do better on your channel by trading favors with somebody to do some of the things you don't want to do. Get somebody else to do your thumbnails for you. You could do their descriptions or their hashtags for them and things like that. You can trade favors promoting. This is how friendships are built as well. And then the Grove's Bargain Emporium, Steph, thank you so much. We just actually looked at the Greenland Quilter Katie a moment ago, but thank you for that. Lots of times people will drop a super chat for somebody else. The Grove's Bargain Emporium has dropped many super chats here before. We'll look at their channel in another moment. Cruz Bolero's up on the screen right now. They got a brand new video from a couple days ago. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. We were talking about that pizza the other day, and they bring us a lot of variety on top of the travel-based videos that we expect, and then shorts on the channel as well. They've got just a handful of these, but they've already crossed 500 views, which is great to see. They're working on 400 subscribers, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone as well. I'm going to show you an example of something just because Little Lego mentioned this. I'm assuming they're still here. So if I just type in Lego logo, I don't want to recommend everybody steal graphics and things like that, but anybody who looks at our emojis here knows that I've done that many times. Making an emoji, we used to think that you have to cut the image down to 32 pixels by 32, but you don't have to. You can put an image that's much larger right into the YouTube system and it will just squish it down for you. So if I was to find Lego logo, and let me just say PNG, because we have to make sure it's a PNG file if we can. And what you can do is go to maybe Wikipedia. I want one with square corners because we don't know sometimes if it's a true PNG without knowing what we're doing, let's just say. And then we might think we're getting something with round corners and then it's got white little things at the edge. But all I have to do now, if I want to totally steal this image, is right click on a computer, save image as. I can save it as whatever I want. and then I can just upload it, and YouTube will likely squish it for me unless it's too large, but I haven't run into that yet. If you're having trouble getting an image, you can just go open image in new tab, and it's similar for all the different browsers, but then you get a clean image with no stuff around it, and it's easier to work with like this. So somebody like Little Lego could just take this image and dump it into the YouTube system as an emoji or a membership badge, and it would probably work. For somebody like Little Lego, what I would recommend is taking something that looks similar, because he's done graphics that look similar, and then just changing the colors of them. You notice that here in Superchat, I've just got maple leaves right now. It's meant to represent either the end of winter or beginning of spring. I happen to be in Canada, but I matched the colors to the YouTube badge colors that they give us as a default. Obviously, there's no real work that went into those maple leaves. I just took icons and colored them, right? But there's lots of different things you could do, and it makes sense that Lego, they're probably pretty aggressive about copyright with their name, but there might be things you could do. I wonder if you can take the letters Lego and your first 4 emojis could be those letters, and then people will play with them in the chat. The Stock Explorer's done that for me many times using the LinkedIn logo that I've got here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So members on the channel, and I don't want to solicit, I'm just saying, when you have memberships available, you can make these custom emojis, and you see what I've stolen here, right? Which is the Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Reddit, and all this stuff. And then we've made a few that everybody can use in the chat here as well. We've got the wheel. That's how I let people know they're on the wheel, and then a crypto Dogecoin one that doesn't have anything to do with Superchat. That was a joke between me and the Stock Explorer. Fern with autism, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Dare to Search is still here. He's got Michael's Adventures has a premiere coming up in a little bit less than an hour, where what they're going to do is give us an extra hour to connect the way we do here. So I'm going to start moving through channels again. We got lots of time, and we're going to talk about Cruz Bolero.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Forgive me, we just talked about Cruz Bolero. We'll put up the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph, who dropped the super chat. Thank you for that. And like I said, we looked at Greenland Quilter Katie's channel just about 10 minutes ago there. Forgive me, I know I missed somebody. So Greenland Quilter Katie is asking, can you make badges that paid members can use? I don't know if I wonder if you're asking me if I personally can, or if you're asking me to do it, or if you're asking anybody in the chat if they can do it. What I would recommend for everybody is to swap favors and stuff like that. If there's somebody who knows how to make graphics like that, I do. Occasionally I have done those kinds of things, but I also struggle with time. So I don't often make commitments if I can't come through with something quick. I think, as a matter of fact, while I'm saying that, I've forgotten to do something for Michael's Adventures. And I probably have it written down on a list from months ago that I haven't looked at, and I can't remember what on earth it was that I was going to do. He'll have to remind me now. But that's an example. Yeah, Little Lego's got a Lego font, which is cool. Oh, a sewing machine emoji, a polar bear one. Yeah, so these kinds of things. Okay, let me show you something else. And again, I don't want to encourage people to steal copyright images, but let me just show you what's available in the world, right? So if I want to type in polar bear, and I type in icon, not emoji, because graphic designers will think of these as icons, and then they'll use something like this. My recommendation is to use something with not a lot of detail, because you can see on YouTube that the membership badges are very, very, very small, not to mention the emojis as well. And I know they have some really great ones that YouTube's included. If you have the ability to do that or know somebody who does, then absolutely. But something like this from Stock.io, for instance, some of these you have to pay for, so you have to be very careful, and you got to be careful you're not clicking clicking on websites that are saying they've got free stuff, and then they give you viruses and malware and all that stuff. But if you look at some of the popular stuff, like Flat Icon is a website I go to all the time. I know all these ones that are here because I do graphic design. Free Pick is one that I use all the time. So let's go to Free Pick. Let's say freepick.com. And then I'm not going to use what's in front of me, but let's just say I type in polar bear and see what comes up. And then I can click on icon, and in the background they probably have tags or something to tell the system that these are icons. Now you could go through here, find one that you like, that you think is still going to look good when it's small. Like some of these, you'll notice now, for those of you who are following Michael's adventures, you will see that his emojis, I helped him make some emojis, and they're of this style because I took them from here. You just have to be careful that when you use something from here, like let's say you wanted this as your polar bear, you have to, you go to download it, and it might say you have to attribute this icon or tribute this icon, and that means that you have to say icon by Free Pick somewhere on your YouTube channel if you're going to use this stuff. So I would encourage everybody to always follow copyright laws and things like that. And I probably won't go too far more about that. Michael's Adventures, his birthday's in August. So I'm not sure about that. Froggy Went to Knitting is a longtime friend. She's been with us for years as well. I've hung out with her in live streams many times. Yeah, I can't remember for the life of me what it is, Michael's Adventures, that I was planning to do for you. Yeah, I can't. I'll have to ask you on Instagram. Yeah, his is August 29th. No, there was something I offered to do on the channel. I think it was graphics. Unless it was the banner and the avatar. I forget. I thought there was something I was late with. Froggy Went to Knitting dropped a super chat. Thank you for that. They've done that countless times before. For that reason, we'll look at their channel next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. The Groves Bargain Emporium Steph dropped a super chat earlier, so that's why they're on the screen right now. So forgive me, everyone. I got to start moving because I knew we had time for story time today, but I think I've gone too far. And then Greenland Quilter Katie, a live stream on your birthday, especially when monetized, can be a great idea if monetization is something that you're thinking about, because people will likely come and celebrate with you in the ways that monetization allows, if that makes any sense. The Groves Bargain Emporium Steph has an interesting song from Suno System. I'm just going to take this and add this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with their latest video. And then when we look at their videos, they've just got a few here right now. They got shorts on the channel as well. These feature variety. Some of the dash cam footage seems to be okay. One at almost 1,000 views here outdoors, and then they've got live streams on the channel. Tons and tons and tons of these. And she's going to do the auction style live streams that I talked about earlier today. We got quite a few friends doing this. It's becoming a really popular thing, and some of the biggest influencers online are talking about the fact that live sales on platforms like YouTube and whatnot and everywhere else is going to be where a lot of money is made for the next, let's say, 5 years. So I've caught Steph many times already doing some of these sales, and they literally go on for hours. Look at these 3 and 4 hour live streams. It's been about a week since I caught them, but they've got one coming up even a couple of days from now, so we'll look forward to that. I got notifications for all of them and notifications on the notification bell as well, is what I mean to say. Crafting Enthusiast, thank you so much for the super chat again. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I only ever look at channels one time per stream, unless I make a mistake. But I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Dare to Search, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming back. We'll be back on Monday. And then we still got a long way to go, another 45 minutes. And then Michael's Adventures has a premiere, so we can spend another hour meeting each other. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Groves Bargain Emporium stuff, and then we're going to look at Froggy Went to Knitting.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream. pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Froggy Went to Knitting is up on the screen right now. Actually, Crafting Enthusiast that dropped another super chat there. Thank you again for that. I was in their live stream about an hour before Tuber Chat. And I met a couple of friends there right away. There might have been a couple more, but a couple people while I was there, literally, like they said, sub to Tuber Chat, and then I go and get them right away, right? Froggy Went to Knitting, my dear goodness, you're making me laugh now. They're dropping another super chat. Thank you for that. Absolutely unnecessary, overly generous, obviously. But I certainly do appreciate it, of course. Froggy Went to Knitting has done this many times. Like I said, she's been with us for years. I've been lucky to hang out with her and her friends in many live streams. Hopefully I'll catch you again soon. And then Cali King 916, good to see you here from Sacramento. Corinne Pierce, my dear friend, she's been with us from the beginning as well, another beloved and dedicated moderator and member. I've got her on the wheel. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Native Wildman's dropping a super chat here for us as well. I'm going to get that channel ready to go, and we'll look at them right after Froggy Went to Knitting. And then yeah, thank you everyone for this overwhelming generosity. So I'm going to start moving through channels again. I've done a lot of talking, but if anybody does want me to elaborate on anything of the things I've talked about, by all means, just let me know. And if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always on, I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter occasionally as well. Froggy Went to Knitting is up on the screen, and this creator is going to bring us a lot more than knitting, but the blind crocheting knitter is what they introduce themselves as. I'm just going to grab one of their latest Happy Mail videos. No surprise that this generous creator would be receiving a lot of Happy Mail, so I'll look forward to seeing that unboxing, if we want to call that video. I can see I'm behind, so it's great to catch up here. They've got a couple of shorts, including a members only short video, which is interesting to see, and then live streams on the channel. I don't think we have a lot of people in the Tuber Chat family that have done members only shorts, now that I think of it, because we pull their channels up all the time, and I don't remember seeing any or very many. When we look at Froggy Went to Knitting, so they do a lot of live streams. They often have panels like this, right? Lots of friends, they tons of friends now, because they literally have, you know, it's been years that we've known them. So when you go over there, you always get a warm welcome as well. And I wonder if Froggy Went to Knitting is still playing the Happy Dance, the Froggy. Was it called the Happy? I forget if it was called the, oh, what did she call it? The frog. She's got an interesting, I'm giving a spoiler alert here. If you get over there and drop a super chat on her channel, she plays a special video for you, but it's super funny. Hopefully everybody will connect with Froggy Went to Knitting. Live streams are frequent, so you can see she's usually on at least a couple times a week. Monetized, of course, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. 6,200 subscribers, so she's working on 7,000 now, which is great to see. And she encourages everybody to connect with each other as well, so you're all but guaranteed to meet some friends when you're over there. Thank you again, Froggy Went to Knitting, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Like I said, she's done that countless times before. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. Elfish Tanks, good to see you here. Sean's Nerdcraft Corner is also in the house. Hilda DC, my dear friend, is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator. I'll get her onto the wheel. We're going to go for a break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play one more clip from our interview series. This is a set of videos now on the Tuber Chat channel in an interview style. They're really friendly conversations because all of the creators have been with us for many years. They know exactly what we need to hear. They've been through all of this. They continue to come through today, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask, is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, Now, going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it, so it'll be another like 8 years. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit, and people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean. You know, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, you know, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage, and that you're basically making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too. Yeah. Each person, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
All right, we're just about ready. Right before we went on the break there, we looked at Froggy Went to Knitting, who dropped a couple of super chats, and they've done that kind of thing many times before. As you can see, an overly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They've been with us for years. They took over our stream boss position. But right after that, Native Wildman dropped a super chat as well. So we always put those channels on the screen right away when those things happen, along with membership gifters. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. We still got half an hour. Michael's Adventures has got a premiere for us to extend our time so we can continue connecting the way that we are. And I'll start dropping the link for that in another 15 minutes or so. Native Wildman is up on the screen right now, and they give us a lot of information on their About section about what to expect on the channel, including fishing, fly tying, knives, artisan tea blends, as well as some other random things. I'm just going to grab the latest video that they've got here, Fishing Tips for Beginners. That is a great, probably evergreen piece of content, like Just Jason Keto was talking about earlier, Just Jason Keto and more. When we look at Native Wildman, we look at a channel that's working on 1,200 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They've got shorts over here, mostly outdoor content, that have gotten into almost 6,000 views, one over 10,000, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. I caught them the other day. We'll see if they're going to do these a little more frequently. They've been doing them about once a month, but we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Yes, I don't know what I was going to say there, the source. I was meant to say drop the link, and I started saying drink the I don't know what. Yeah, you would think after 800 times my speech would be smooth and all this, but I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody. And if there was a blooper reel for Tuber Chat, it would go on for days, I'm sure. Sweet Acres Koi Farm is coming up.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Actually, I don't drink very much now at all. I should stop drinking altogether. Not that I drink very much anyway. But my favorite breakfast shot is Jim Beam. So yes, bourbon absolutely is great. And then thank you. Yes, Michelle Crochets. Yeah, my pleasure. I'm always happy to catch everybody as often as we can. And then Sweet Acres Koi Farm is up on the screen right now. It looks like they got a bit of a celebration in their latest video. I'm just going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. They give us quite a bit of information on their About section here. They want to keep it real with no AI assistance. Absolutely. And then somebody like me, I would say I'll try to keep it real, but I use a lot of AI assistants, especially lately. I'm actually using ChatGPT every day, and I experiment with the other ones. I tried Copilot for the first time the other day. Perplexity is one that they say is getting popular, but I didn't find it to be even as useful as ChatGPT. One of the things you got to think about, for those of you who are using these things, when you have a conversation with one of these chatbots, you might find that the conversation sort of falls apart as it goes on. So if you start a conversation with ChatGPT and you ask it 20 different things, it starts to feel like it's forgetting what you were talking about and you have to start over. I found that many times, almost like the conversation is getting, dare I say, dumber as it goes along. So it's something to consider. But I'm using AI tools every day. I want to, first of all, know how they work. But secondly, there's people who say AI is not going to take your job, but somebody who knows how to use AI is. And I'm always enthralled with everything online and computers and all that stuff anyway. So I want to see how they can work and then see how to utilize them. Because by next year, imagine what they're going to be like. Sweet Acres Koi Farm is actually in ChatGPT. I typed in the other day, is koi fish? Like, so I can finally have an answer, right? Because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I got their channel on the screen, and they've sent over friends as well. So when we think about koi, I know what they are. We have them in ponds in a couple of the restaurants around here. But I don't know whether or not, I don't know what the difference is between sometimes a fish or another sea-dwelling creature, if we want to put it that way. But Sweet Acres Koi Farm is going to teach us all this. 3,900, 7,800, 15,000 views on one of their shorts videos with a little bit of variety over there. And then they've got a live stream coming up in a few days. Looks like that's going to be on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. And hopefully we'll catch that. I got the notification on for that, as well as the notification bell on for the channel. They've been doing live streams fairly frequently. It looks like they're planning these about once a week. Which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Sweet Acres Koi Farm. They must have been with us a year by now. It could even be longer than that. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. And then when we look at the wheel, we're going to spin and see who's coming up next.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Not to mention, I tend to be paranoid about everything, so even if I type something into ChatGPT or something else, I still question whether it's 100% accurate. You know what I mean? And I was talking to somebody else the other day about whether or not these things can think yet. So I think that comes down to what we believe truly thinking is. I don't think they can yet, but I could be wrong about that. Apparently DeepSeek can reason, and that might be like how we describe thinking. It's a weird conversation to get into, but nobody can doubt they're evolving extremely rapidly. We went from 0 to 100 in less than 2 years here. Corinne Pierce is up on the screen. This is another dear friend. She's been with us from the beginning, about 4.5 years. She's here as a beloved and dedicated moderator and member. She is working on 3,800 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. She brings us everything that is Corinne's life. So she could be traveling, she could be cooking, cleaning, doing a grocery haul, unboxings, product reviews, and she gives us a behind-the-scenes look at her business known as Lighthouse and Anchor Designs. She's produced all kinds of merchandise, including the mug that I keep in front of me here, and hats and shirts and t-shirts and everything that can be printed. Stickers for our channels were all done by Corinne, and Christmas ornaments and all kinds of stuff. And she gives us a look not only at how the merchandise is made, but we can use this creator and their channel as a resource when it comes time to think about merchandise for our own channels and businesses and things like that. And then when we look at Corinne Pierce, we also see that they've got some shorts on the channel. They're in Nova Scotia, so another fellow Canadian. They've gotten into 18,000 and 77,000 views on a couple of these. They got another one here at 45,000, and I think that one is still getting views today. They've had that up for at least a year. Then live streams on the channel as well. So she's been doing some more live streaming lately, usually giving us a behind the scenes look at making the merchandise that I'm talking about as well. So hopefully everybody will catch her for those. She does a mix of horizontal and vertical live streams, and she's been doing this for many, many, many years. StreamYard panels occasionally as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Corinne Pierce, obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So there's another thing I might have missed. I think I asked it in your chat the other day, CraftyWitch232, and if you answered, I might have not caught it. I'm often working on a computer while I'm doing YouTube and this and that, or watching people's videos and streams and stuff. But I think then CraftyWitch232 is saying they're setting up for a mini Comic-Con. My sister is very much involved in a lot of those conventions, and she's a vendor. She makes a lot of jewelry and keychains and other things, and a lot of these people sell these things. My sister sells these dolls, and I gotta ask her what the name of the type of the doll is, because we talk about them often, but I don't know the specific name. People who are into that stuff would understand as soon as I said it if I named it properly. But these dolls, they can go up to like hundreds of dollars, and they're customized and stuff like that. So she gets involved, but I wondered if CraftyWitch232 was selling some of the things that they make at any of these places, because they really do a great job, and it's all, as far as I can see, pop culture and, you know, the kind of things you'd expect at Comic-Con. Diamond Art Queen, established 2020. Good to see you in the house. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel as a member. I've got them on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. MLW Fishing Man is a longtime friend as well. Good to see you here. And then... Thank you, The Source. Yes, I'm catching what you're saying, but I don't catch all of it. I miss a lot that goes on in the chat. And and then hopefully I haven't missed anybody. We're looking at Jessie Journals and Unboxes. She recently changed her name. And when we look at this creator, she's doing unboxings and basically product review kind of ideas. Lately, she's been doing a lot more journaling, making collages, using a lot of crafting supplies, but she's been known on her channel to unbox all sorts of different things, or bring us hauls, for instance, of different ideas, Happy Mail videos and things like this. She collaborates with a lot of other creators, and she shows us the things that she makes with the contents of the unboxings, especially when it's collages and journaling and things like that. But she's got a lot more. And when you look at shorts on the channel, you see jewelry, you see bath and beauty products, snacks are here, stationery, more crafting supplies and paper and things like that. So pure variety. And then occasionally she does live streams as well. Usually once every month or two. We'll probably expect one in the next month or two, I'm guessing. And she does a great job of keeping up with the chat. This is another creator, like I described with somebody like Hilda DC, who's been at this and so supportive to other creators. I'll tell the story when I get her channel on the screen here. But these are creators who can go live whenever they want, and they can leave as much time in between them as they want. They're consistent in other ways and so encouraging to other creators that whenever they do decide to drop a premiere or a live stream, they get a vibrant chat that flies even faster than Tuber Chat in most cases. And then cruising on the high seas and travel. We might meet up in April. My understanding is that Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja, is coming to Toronto again. I met up with him, just the two of us, last summer for a coffee and this and that. I've met up with a few other people. Jason I met a few times, actually. But when we get together, all I ever want to do is talk and eat, to be honest with you. So we find ourselves going either to restaurants or wherever. That's usually the case so far. But Scott... I forgot if he said he might have something else coming up, or maybe not yet. Paralife TV's coming in, I think, April. Scott's got something in Ottawa in May, so that's another thing. But I'm always up for meetups whenever possible, and then we just try to get a few other people together. Brampton Gardner has come out with us. Kristen Welton, obviously, is with me. She's come with us for the last one. And then Jessie Journals and Unboxes, a longtime dear friend. She's been with us at least 4.5 years. Hopefully everybody will connect with her. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's next.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
So Emotion New Soul is going to come up right now, and that is another beloved and dedicated moderator and member who's been with us for over 4.5 years. I can't remember how long everybody's been with us, right? I'm sure I make mistakes, and sometimes I reference creators who've been with us for a year or 2 or 3. Sometimes I can remember because the homesteading category or genre or group of channels started coming in 4 years ago, and the travel based channels really started coming in 2 years ago. But I can remember those milestones, right? Let's just say. But I can't remember all of them, of course. I'm sure everybody's fine with that. I'm going to drop the link right now for Michael's Adventures. He's got a premiere coming up. The chat is already ready to go, of course, because it's a premiere. And we can head over there right after Tuber Chat for another hour of connecting the same way we do here. So he's given us an opportunity to extend our time. He usually posts twice a day, if you can believe that. So Emotion New Soul is up on the screen right now. This is a talented singer, songwriter, producer, and performer. And he brings us on his official artist channel his music videos with his original works, occasional looks behind the scenes. He rounds out the channel with reactions, shorts, and compilations where he might be bringing us pre-recorded sets of music or live performances on the channel, which is really, really cool. What I have always said from the beginning, when you hear the music from Emotion New Soul, not only his voice, not only the way that he's going to sing, but the music itself, I believe displays the history of what I'm assuming is decades of work and experience as a singer and a songwriter. So you feel like you've known this artist for years and heard them before, even if you're hearing them for the first time. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 1,400, 1,700 views. And then, like I said, there's a few other different things here like reaction videos and compilations. And then he's got a second channel as well. Of course, he's monetized here. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Writing with Emotion New Soul brings us a behind the scenes look at how the music is made and the man behind the music. So he posts frequently over here in between videos, as well as more live streams. He's done a couple already, and then shorts on the channel. And he's working on 800 subscribers right now. One of these shorts is on its way towards 1,000 views, which is great. And he rounds out this channel with a few more different ideas. So hopefully everybody will connect with Writing with Emotion New Soul. Like I said, another beloved and dedicated member and moderator, and we'll spin the wheel.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So the Amazing M&G is up here right now. This is a channel working on 4,500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Michael's Adventures premiere will start in less than 15 minutes. Now he'll put a heavy intro on there so we get an extra few minutes. And then when we look at the Amazing M&G, they got 45 working on 4,500. When we look at their content, they're going to give us some information on their About section. They're from Portland, Jamaica. They do some cooking, farming, sketching, and vlogging, typically of historical places or things. When we look at their videos, they've got a couple here, literally from today and yesterday, a few days ago. They're posting frequently. A lot of outdoor content. I'm just going to take this one shopping at the Antonio Market. I'll put that into my catch-up list. That gives me a chance to keep caught up with creators. Then shorts on this channel have gotten into 5,000, 6,000 views and even farther, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel are fairly frequent. Yeah, they've been doing these almost once a week. So we'll see if they're going to continue those. They got one just from a week ago. Hopefully I'll catch them for the next one. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much much content from each other as possible as well. Pixie Dust Traveler, Tracy's in the house. Good to see you here. And Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is another fellow Canadian. He's going to be up soon. What I'm going to do is take another break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes, and right before that I'll play the last clip for today from our interview series. These are videos listed in a playlist and as a podcast on the channel. Very informative. All of the creators that are featured have been longtime friends of ours, literally for years, and they all have over 10,000 subscribers.
So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views, and people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you're a master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yeah.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is, that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube. Could be a tag change.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part. Because like, if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, oh, I can just look at a plane, or oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags,
It does make a difference.
it does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like, there, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video. We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like, a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. And I know people are probably going, no, it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great. But we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice.
All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Rob from Cruising on the High Seas and Travel, who is actually a fellow Canadian, not too far from me. I think he's only barely an hour away, maybe 2 at the most. And when we look at this creator, we see not just travel, he's actually doing a lot of food reviews lately. I recognize a lot of the places because as a fellow Canadian, we have the same restaurants around. He just did a wing machine review. I'm going to take that video, put it into my catch-up list that I keep using to keep caught up with creators. I'm going to try to fire through a few more channels here. Michael's Adventures has a premiere coming up. I'm going to drop the link for that again right now. We'll go over there. He'll let us continue meeting each other the same way we do here for another hour, and anybody can go over there anytime. It's a premiere. The chat's ready to go. Coffee walks and whatever is here. We're going to look at a brand new channel right now, or in a moment. The Source I'm going to put on the wheel. And then Cruising on the High Seas and Travel has also done some shorts over here. And these have gotten into 1,200, 1,800, 2,400 views on one of these. And then live streams on the channel as well. Quite a few of these set up actually for starting later this month. And then it seems like they've got a weekly series ready to go. They just did one yesterday. I missed that. I was kind of away from the computer for a day and a half there. But hopefully I'll catch you for the next one. I've got notification bells on for every single channel. That is in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. Hopefully we're all doing that. And then, obviously, Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's been with us as long as I can remember. He's got to have been with us for a couple of years by now. The Source is coming up, so look at that. A brand new channel here in the Superchat family. I'm going to see if they come up by the search results. If not, I'll get them from their go-to channel link there. And let's dig through our search results here, see if we can match that avatar. Such a popular name for a channel, so it might be easier for me. I'll get their channel by their link, and I will give the handle to everybody here so that you can catch them. The Source 479, it says. And that will help you find them a little bit easier. It's still helpful when we search, find, and click on each other. Oh, and then Living Large with L Crew. We have such a huge group of especially homesteading friends. Tons of people will be interested in the outdoors for sure. I mean, we're all basically seeming to be interested in just about anything anybody's going to come up with. But especially things I find that I am most interested in things I wouldn't do. I like to see how things are made. I like to see the way that other people live their lives, even if it's different from myself, very much actually. The Source is up on the screen. Now, we don't watch videos or subscribe while we live stream here. I don't. So what I'm going to do is take your latest video. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I will go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet people, different creators from around the world in different time zones, if that makes any sense. The live stream that they've got set up will be tomorrow, so that'll be a first chance to catch them. Hopefully I will. I should be around. Hilda DC is coming up, another beloved and dedicated moderator here.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Pardon me, I'm coughing at nothing here. Hilda DC is a beloved and dedicated moderator. She's been with us from the beginning, about 4.5 years. I talked about my friendship with her and told the whole story from beginning to end on I Am Betty J Gather's channel. Every moderator here has some kind of a special story, my friendship with them, the reason why, you know, we've connected together and things like that. Hilda DC is known as one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. Pardon me just for 1 second. I found myself under the weather in January. I've got a cough that just won't stop. Pardon me. And Hilda DC, pardon me, is one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. She is unbelievably supportive to others. So much so that she has positive affirmations flowing through all of her content from the creator herself and through special effects on the screen, as well as she gets Nightbot on the case for that. No, I'm good. Pardon me. Thank you, everybody. No, I'm not sick now. I was sick in January, but I got a cough that just won't, like, it shows up out of nowhere. I hack away for 3 straight minutes, and then it's gone again for the rest of the day. Did we look at Yes Michelle Crochets? I feel like I somehow must have taken that channel off the screen. Or off the wheel, and forgive me for that. Yeah, it happens occasionally. It's driving me nuts. Lots of people are going through this now where the cough just lingers, but it's not of anything. You know, it's just a tickle in the throat or something. Pardon me. So Yes Michelle Crochets, I can't for the life of me remember if we already looked at that channel. If anybody remembers. I think not, though. I'm almost certain not. And I've got them on the wheel. When we look at Hilda DC, and forgive me, Coffee Walks and whatever, I might not have said hello. I know you've been here for a while now, but thank you for being here. Yeah, honey every day, Michael's Adventures. I did find some more honey. I've been on it almost every day. And then Hilda DC, pardon me, has these positive affirmations, literally inspiring, motivating, flowing through all of her content. She posts occasionally. She does a lot of cooking videos lately. Once in a while she'll go outside or give us a vlog. But she typically does a lot of taste test challenges. And I'm in Canada, so I don't see 90% of the different things that they, our American friends have. So I'm interested to see a lot of the different things that Hilda DC comes up with. Almost mukbang style taste test challenges. Shorts on the channel as well have gotten into 2,700, 2,900, one at 6,200, and one at 47,000, which is great to see. When we look at live streams, we see that she's live occasionally, but again, this is a creator who can go on whenever she wants and have a chat that just flies, because she's been so supportive to others, and literally is somebody who is a strong-willed creator who stands behind and beside her audience. So she also lets us know on her about section here. She also does some vlogs, some dancing videos, TikToks, and happy eating dances were something from a while back. I wonder if she'll do some more of those. And then obviously monetize, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Knights KO, Ghostly Wins, is a longtime friend. They've been with us from pretty much the beginning as well. Crafty Witch 232 is coming up right now. I'm going to put Knights KO, Ghostly Wins onto the wheel, and then I dropped the link a few times, but I pinned it as well so everybody can get over to Michael's Adventures channel. We'll just be over time by a couple of minutes here. Crafty Witch 232, I was talking about earlier, wondering whether they sell their stuff at different Comic-Con type conventions and things like that. They've got an interesting mix. You look at their content here, they're doing 3D printing and crochet and mixing the two together, which is really interesting. Lots of pop culture references here, and then shorts on the channel as well. Some of these have done great, just 10,000, 13,000 on one of these. And then when we get into live streams, I've caught them a few times, but it's been another week now, so hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. They got notifications. We set notifications for everything that we see even though we have the notification bell on for every channel, and that helps us catch each other as often as possible. AceFlaw1 is Andy. He brings travel content. Good to see you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. We'll spin, and it looks like our Australian friend, Ghostly Winds, now known as Knights KO, is coming up. This is the creator responsible for naming the catch-up list that I use all the time to keep or get caught up with creators here.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
When we look at Knights KO, lately they've been doing a lot of that Suno AI system to make music, and we're seeing more and more of this pop up everywhere. It's really interesting, and we've got a song that was made by Jake Huston. I'll play it in a few minutes here. Knights KO Ghostly Winds was known, and still is, for bringing us retro video gameplay, even though somebody like myself literally grew up with systems like Nintendo and Sega, and then you know, my kids, kind of, I say my kids, my nephew, my son, and my niece, and this and that, they grew up with PlayStation and things like this. Knights KO Ghostly Winds is able to introduce me to games that I didn't even know existed already after all these years. And they've gotten into shorts. They've really mixed up the content here and experimented with a few ideas, but they're starting to get these into over 1,600 views now on one of them. Live streams as well. I've caught them many times, not lately, unfortunately, but when you catch this creator, you can hear, you can pretty much feel the energy and excitement in this creator, always having a good time, always getting a warm welcome. They're laughing and playing, and literally on for hours. As you can see, they were just on earlier today. So hopefully everybody will connect with Knights KO. We'd like to push them towards the 900. We know that they're thinking about, and we'll look at Yes Michelle Crochets in a second here.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we stream. So I do appreciate every moment, even if you're just coming by to say hello, drop a thumbs up, or coming in literally at the last second, farming nature's way. But thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. We mix up our time, so I know it's, you know, we don't have a schedule. It's tough to kind of keep up sometimes. I try to post the streams in advance so everybody can look at our front page, pardon me, and see when they're coming up. But we'll be back on Monday again. For right now, we're going to go over to Michael's Adventures channel for another hour. He's going to let us continue connecting. Pardon me, my cough's going to take over now. But thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment. Thank you to our moderators, of course. And then forgive my quick exit. Yes, Michelle Crochets is a channel I'm still getting to know. I'm just grabbing their latest video, putting it in my catch-up list here. They've put out quite a few this week. And then they've got quite a bit of information on their About section to let us know what to expect on the channel. They're officially on the road to 1K. They just got to 901 subscribers. They got shorts here that have gotten into almost 300, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. They're live frequently, usually several times a week. They've even got members-only content because they happen to be monetized as well. So thank you again, everyone. Like I said, forgive my quick exit. I'm going to go get a cough drop or something like that, and I'll be in Michael's Adventures in about 3 minutes. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first 1,000 subs to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.